Hey everybody, welcome back.
And we're halfway through. Well, after this part, we'll be halfway through.
No, we've been halfway through.
I mean, like, part-wise. The parts
Oh
that you guys are
yeah,
gonna be
true
seeing.
story. No, at least story-wise, we're almost done. There's only a few more things that we have to touch up on. Welcome to Zia's cooking pot. As far as the cooking pot goes, that is dream sequence number 2 that we will be visiting later.
Post-game?
Post game, yeah, post game. Um, at least when it comes to the ending and everything with Bastion, not sure if anybody knows, but there is actually a possibility for multiple endings. So one of the things that I will be doing is I will, do my favorite ending of all of them, which actually coincidentally was the first ending that I ended up with when I did the PC run through. Um, I don't know, maybe I'm just a good person.
How many endings are there?
Technically, there's 4, but to be perfectly honest, 2 of them are the exact same thing. Just the means of which you get to them are different.
Are we seeing them?
We'll only be seeing one of them because, like I said, it's the same thing. Um, just the means to getting them are different. I picked my favorite way of getting to it, and the other way will be brushed up on later. But they have the exact same ending, the exact same photos and everything that get unveiled during the credits.
Okay.
Um,
Until then, we still have a couple more shards to find.
oh yeah, I believe we only have 3 more to go. So I'm assuming 3/4 of the way, or I shouldn't assume, but we're 3/4 of the way there. As far as getting to the end game.
Because I am running out of questions.
I
I mean, don't get me wrong. The game looks great and fun, of course, but I'm still very unfamiliar with it, and I'm kind of just learning as I go along. Sort of like some of you viewers who are a little unfamiliar with Bastion.
during a little break that we had, I showed Mark Zia's theme. Build that wall, quote unquote. Mark.
Take down that wall.
Whoa, Cold War.
Yeah.
Well, how'd you like the song, though? I mean, I know you're a big fan of music and everything, and you're in college for music.
Yeah, and I'm a big fan, particularly of video game music, as in what I listen to. But these songs, I'm always a fan of, and I think a lot of people are, of like somber, emotional pieces, lyrical or otherwise. The song I thought was pretty. Like I said, it was a somber feeling. It's something that you really, at least I'll listen to if I'm ever in that mindset of feeling, I guess, once again, somber or reflective, I guess. I'm still, obviously, once I get the story together, I think I can look at it in a much better context, which I will be seeing in a couple of parts. But until then, I'm a big fan of the song. I'm always a fan of the songs with very strong melody, and of course, beautiful vocals are always a plus for me. Keeps me listening to the song. So, 8 out of 10 for me. Maybe once I see the story in more of a context, I can appreciate it a little more.
Yeah, at least as far as the lyrics go, Zia's stating things like, I dig a hole, you build a wall.
Mm-hmm.
And, as far as the song goes, she's from the standpoint of being an Ura. And the Uras, like I said, they're from the terminals, which are underground caverns. So, I build a hole, or I'm sorry, I dig a hole, that's how the Ura reacted after the war and everything. They dug holes and created the terminals where they lived. You build a wall, which is the Ceylondians building, the rippling walls to keep the Ura out. After the war, there was a lot of tension and everything. So I think hearing more of the backstory and stuff like that, you can appreciate the song a little more. Unfortunately, I don't have the means of listening to my favorite pieces, on a regular basis. I don't have like a separate iPod or anything, which is something that I definitely want to invest in, at least for my video game musics. So whenever I do listen to Bastion's soundtrack, boy, do I binge on it. Oh my god. I will literally, and that's unfortunate with any soundtrack, but Bastion's in particular, I will actually shove it down people's throats like I did with Mark.
And it's the entire soundtrack for you? Not
Yeah,
just a
it's
couple
the
songs?
entire soundtrack. Like, I mean, I could single out the themes and everything and a few of the other songs, but to be honest, the entire soundtrack is just really spectacular. Um, like I said, the soundtrack itself won a few awards. The individual songs standouts would be Zia's theme, the Coming Home theme, which is the end game, uh, the credits theme, basically.
But I think what we're going to be doing for the channel is, for some of these games, if they have a main theme or a popular song, I think maybe around the end of the playthrough, we might let it play for people to listen to or appreciate it. But at least one of the ideas that we're going to have is we're going to have a playlist for each of us in the channel as well. Over time, throughout our playthroughs, posting our favorite tunes from certain levels or certain themes and stuff like that. So if you want to, keep an eye out on that. But for any aficionados of music and stuff like that, in all sense, I happily defend any video game music, and I recommend giving the playlist a shot if you're itching for a video game music fix.
Maybe that's how I'll end up starting my separate music files or something like that through this playlist that we're going to end
build a library.
Yeah, build a library, because unfortunately right now I wouldn't really know where to start. I know because of my recent binge on Bastion, I would definitely start with Bastion. Once again, I'd probably be shoving it down people's throats while I'm, creating this playlist. But as far as the playlists go, as soon as I do some Bastion, as soon as I do some Kingdom Hearts and Sonic, I really would run out of music and just kind of go, I know I like music, but where do I go?
And I'm very big on advertising video game music for everybody, not just video game people to listen to. So the playlist, I hope, will reach a lot of ears and get people more aware when they play music, when they play a video game, to appreciate its soundtrack. Because in my opinion, it's just as important as gameplay, presentation, graphics, or anything like that.
And I know there's a few bands and stuff that actually focus around video game music. A few shout-outs would be to one of my personal favorite, bit bands, would be Onomatagachi.
Oh.
They did the main soundtrack to Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, at least the video game. And, they do some other tracks and stuff like that. Airbrushed is definitely one of my favorites from them. Another band, and actually another one of my personal favorites is the Megas.
Oh, right.
Their most famous album is a recreation of the second Mega Man game's complete soundtrack. So they're taking songs straight from the game, like the different Flashman stage and stuff like that. I'm sorry, Quickman stage. Whoopsies. Taking these guys and creating songs about them. And the funniest part, whenever I show these lyrics off to people, these songs off, is the lyrics. Just because of how goofy and wacky some of them are, but they totally shred, at least when it comes to recreating the songs musically with the guitars and everything. It gets totally radical, bro.
Right.
Totally radical.
Early 90s. But actually, I did miss something that I am curious about. This flame weapon.
Oh, right. This flame weapon, it actually becomes very useful in this stage in particular. I'm not quite sure how you would go about the stage. Like I said, they force the weapon down your throat.
Well, it looked like it was required.
Yeah, like I said, they force the weapon down the throat. So if you actually get to an arsenal and swap out the weapon, I don't know how you would get that through this stage, but...
I'm assuming maybe you can whack them.
But that's just how it works. It's just a continuous thing of fire. It has a little pump connected to it. The upgrades focus around the pump and the nozzle. You could upgrade the size of the pump or the efficiency of the pump. You could upgrade the size and or direction of the nozzle to maybe give it a bigger spread or increase the how fast the fire spreads, etc., etc.
And now
we have another shard,
and that makes number,
I believe, 4 now. That's shard number 4. From here, we'll be going off, getting another shard in this part. I'm taking a look at some of these upgrade items right now, going, should I get something fancy or something greasy? I'm not sure how my cholesterol is feeling.
It's the same way, yeah, you go to a fast food restaurant.
Earlier in that level, I had picked up what's called a Pecker's Nest. And once again, I guess Zia is supposed to be the positive character in this where you're going to her for most of these items, or actually not really, because you go to Zolf for the bull and you go to Ruckus for the squirt. But I guess Zia is just the favorite. You go to Zia, you show her the nest egg, the est of negs. Jeez Louise. And the pecker comes out, and all these animals. You actually get a memorial for collecting all the animals, called the cultural, something involving culture. And once
Does
again,
it offer anything?
or
is it just for bragging rights?
No, the points. I'm sorry, not the points. The fragments.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you get the rewards for it essentially. Some of them are like large amounts, lump sums of 2,000, right? Which is great, especially further on in the game where the upgrade costs are 1,700, 2,200. So it definitely warrants a upgrade all by itself. Some of them will just be like 500 fragments or something like that, and you're like, thanks for lunch.
Now in Mount Zand for the second to last shard. Oh, frog!
Yeah, this one, the way that this one plays through is that the shrubs conceal the path, and so you're really walking along the shrubs, hoping that you don't fall off and or run into an enemy. Once again, I ignore those damn frogs because they are ridiculous, and as you saw, they came in multiples of them. Right now, I'm just kind of rolling around going, can I find any more items? And now I have 3 on my tail.
No, this looks like one of the more open-ended areas.
Yeah, if you do some exploring, you find some free fragments and stuff like that. Here I am getting triple banged. Quadruple banged. Like I said, I just try to dodge roll away from them because they are ridiculous.
I did notice that we are now strayed away from what would be the faction of enemies of the squirts and stuff like that.
Yeah, as you can tell,
it's now all these animals,
woodland creatures,
rabid woodland creatures.
What happened here is progressively through the game, you're going further and further east, more and more into the wilds. And like I had mentioned before, with the gas fellas, or the windbags.
Oh, hey, this guy.
Yeah, it's a little baby ankle gator. I actually use it to send me flying over the wall to kill that plant, and then I go and kill it. It'll happen in a minute. And it's totally unintentional too.
That's it spitting the acid.
The plant is, and it's totally unintentional too. I wasn't planning on it, and I was like, you know what I should do? I should go take out this thing. And then
it took you out.
Yeah, no. Anyways, oh jeez, what was I saying?
I actually don't know. I'm actually trying to. I'm like playing for us viewers who don't know Bastion. I'm learning the game as you are right now. Wait, you got it stuck.
Yeah.
Oh wait, never mind.
As soon as you kill it, that barrier is supposed to go away. God, dude,
It's twice on this little platform.
I'm doing terrible right now. We're gonna go get this shard. Let's go get this shard.
On average, though, how many times have you played through the game? I
think, not including any new game pluses, like actually starting the game from scratch, I think this is my 4th.
And how long did it take you to beat the game?
A lot of the times it was just casual. So, a few minutes here, a few levels there, and, by the time I was done, I enjoyed my play. This is the first time, actually, that I did a sit-down and complete run-through of the entirety of the game.
And it lasted for about how long?
I want to say just story-wise, I want to feel like I marathon through it. I think I completed it in like 3.5 hours. 3.5 hours. And here comes my favorite weapon in the game, the mortar. I'm going to switch it out for the Calamity Cannon in a little bit. Or, I'm sorry, not in a little bit. During the end game. One, because I'm forced to, but on the other hand, I do get the option presented to me to switch back. But I stick with the Calamity Cannon just because it packs a bigger punch. Once I fully upgrade the Mortar Cannon, though, you'll see it come back. Once again, great weapon. That little like aiming time though can get a bit annoying, especially when the enemies are pelting you with
And once again, the upgrades fix it?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Give it more kick and everything, more splash damage, etc. One of the things with the calamity cannon is the damage that you get. Kind of not only do you have a knockback, but you're also taking damage because it's too close to you. As compared to with the mortar, I believe you also get damage back, but it's not. It's not draining you of health as soon as you stand next to the blast radius.
Oh, okay.
So it's a lot more manageable. As far as the progression and everything goes, we're gonna pick up this shard here. I keep saying that. We're gonna pick up this shard here.
Oh, hey,
face
two of them.
Two of them now, and after that, head back home. Right now, I'm getting pelted. Once again,
Strategy's the same.
Strategy's the same. Takedown. They're really easy to take down. It's just these side enemies make it a lot more painful. If I remember correctly, though, I should be able to do it without a hitch. One of the things I do want to mention, though, is as far as things like how people received the game. I actually haven't met many people that have played it, at least, that disliked it. I want to say overall, there's a lot of love for this game. If I were to do a quick Metacritic search, I wouldn't be surprised if it's high 80s, mid 90s kind of a game. Obviously, it's no Last of Us.
It's probably taken in the context of a download. But we'll be seeing you guys next part.
See ya.